What's going on, guys? It's Greg here, aka NYPrepper. It is Friday, November 15th, 2024, and I have some breaking news to share with you guys. Right now it is 15:21 Eastern Time here in the United States, and we currently have U.S. nuclear forces on high alert. So what you're looking at here are 4 B-52 nuclear bombers airborne over the continental United States. Also, a nuclear war command and control plane that was just in the Gulf of Mexico communicating with submerged nuclear armed submarines, and also a Cobra Ball, which is a missile detecting plane that was flying in North Dakota. And last night we had a lot of nuclear codes transmitted once again, and we had some high priority reconnaissance planes up in the air over the Midwest. We had a nuke sniffer and a combat scent plane airborne way past midnight, which is very late for these planes to be up in the air. And we also had a nuclear war command and control plane up in the air as well at the same time. Also, we had some heavy refuelers go over the Atlantic to Europe last night. So something's going on. I'm not sure what, but our nuclear forces are on high alert. Here we have some kind of Russian VIP plane that just left Cuba. This is the second time in the last week that a Russian VIP plane left Cuba. And German Chancellor Olaf Scholz spoke on the phone with Russian President Vladimir Putin today for the first time since 2022. The German Chancellor told Russian President Vladimir Putin on Friday that Russia's deployment of North Korean troops against Ukraine was a grave escalation of the conflict, according to government sources. The Kremlin described the conversation as a detailed and frank exchange of opinions on the situation in Ukraine, adding, "The very fact of dialogue is positive." And Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said the call was a Pandora's box and argued that it weakens Putin's isolation. And here we have some more details about this phone call coming from the Russian side. So the Russians are saying there was a detailed and frank exchange of views on the situation in Ukraine. Putin recalled that the current crisis was the direct result of NATO's long-standing aggressive policy aimed at creating an anti-Russian bridgehead on Ukrainian territory while ignoring Russia's security interests and trampling on the rights of Russian-speaking residents. The Russian president noted that the Russian side has never refused and remains open to resuming the negotiations that were interrupted by Ukraine, and Russia's proposals are well known and were set out in particular in a speech to the Russian Foreign Ministry in June. Possible agreements should take into account Russia's security interests, proceed from the new territorial realities, and most importantly, address the root causes of the conflict. So Putin is basically doubling down. He's not backing down at all. And the state of affairs in Russian-German relations was touched upon. Putin noted their unprecedented degradation in all directions as a consequence of the unfriendly course of the German authorities. Putin emphasized that Russia has always clearly fulfilled its contractual obligations in the energy sector and is ready for mutually beneficial cooperation. The aggravated situation in the Middle East was discussed. Putin informed about Russia's efforts to de-escalate and seek peaceful solutions to the crisis in the region. The leaders' aides will be in touch following the conversation. So, very interesting. And last night we had, for some reason, Los Angeles County sheriffs circling the Plant 42, U.S. Air Force Plant 42 in Palmdale, California. This is a top secret facility where they manufacture all kinds of top secret technologies. And for some reason, this LA County Sheriff helicopter was just looping around Plant 42 last night. Also, we had a U.S. government doomsday plane fly all the way down to Curacao, which is a small country off the coast of Venezuela. Not sure why the doomsday plane went there, My guess is Biden's trip to the Amazon, but I'm not exactly sure. This is pretty strange. And this afternoon, we have some reconnaissance activity in the eastern Mediterranean. Here you can see an RQ-4 Global Hawk patrolling the coast of Israel and Lebanon, and also a P-8 Poseidon sub-hunter. And also yesterday, we had a Russian spy ship that was being operated around the Isle of Man, which is located between the UK and Ireland in the Irish Sea, and it was operating with its transponder turned off. Okay, so a Russian spy ship operating between UK and Ireland with no tracker on, and this is what that spy ship looks like. Now, just a couple of days ago, Russia sent one of their carrier killer warships through the English Channel, and that carrier killer warship can carry the Zircon hypersonic nuclear tipped missile, which is designed to take out aircraft carriers. Okay, so tensions are increasing in Europe, and about 2 weeks ago, the U.S. sent a aircraft carrier into the Baltic Sea. Okay, and last night we had a lot of reconnaissance in the Baltic Sea area and Poland. So here you can see a U.S. reconnaissance plane that circled around Kaliningrad. This is a Russian province sandwiched between Lithuania and Poland, and it was doing a lot of figure-8 loops here off the coast of Kaliningrad. And then at the same time, we had a Swedish reconnaissance plane patrolling northern Poland. You can see most of the efforts were on Kaliningrad here. And then also we had a Russian Air Force plane leave Kaliningrad at the same time. We also had this Norwegian Air Force P-8 Poseidon doing loops here near Trondheim, and it was flying super low, only 3,300 feet, which means it was trying to pick up Russian subs around here. Now, just the other day, Russia sent a fighter jet into Norway's airspace, okay, and it had to be intercepted by F-35s. So something's brewing over here. And for like the fourth or fifth night in a row, we continue to see reconnaissance here off the coast of San Diego. I don't know if they're looking for UFOs or Russian subs, but we've had AWACS planes and RC-135s and sub-hunters off the coast of San Diego for the past few nights. So I don't know what's going on over here. And then last night, South Korea was patrolling their coastal border with North Korea. And we had a super beaver moon last night, which is lingering into today. And here we have a picture coming from northeastern Poland in the Suwalki Gap. And this was at 5 a.m. local time over there. And you can see it looks like almost daylight. Look how bright it is. Absolutely insane. Sunrise in Poland this time of year is much later than 5 a.m. So the moon was extremely bright last night. So you might see it again tonight if you don't have clouds. So take a look outside. And North Korean leader Kim Jong-un ordered mass production of suicide attack drones, which are most likely going to be delivered to Ukraine. And overnight last night, dozens of Ukrainian drones targeted the Krasnodar Krai, which is right near Crimea. The target was the Krimsk military airfield. The Russian Ministry of Defense claimed they shot down 51 drones. Wow. So a massive drone attack on Krasnodar last night. And the U.S. is planning new sanctions to restrict Russia's energy trade. And Nancy Pelosi, at the age of 84, has filed for re-election in 2026. Isn't that absolutely insane? But that's the latest breaking news that I have. Just wanted to share this with you. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz speaking with Russian President Vladimir Putin. This could be a sign that things are escalating and the German Chancellor is trying to de-escalate. We'll see if that works or not. And nuclear forces on high alert the last 48 hours here in the United States. I do have my 24/7 stream on right now so you can tune in and listen to the nuclear forces when they communicate. I have my own radio and my own antenna to be able to pick them up. But check me out on Telegram and Twitter. I post all my updates to Telegram and Twitter, so if you follow me there, you'll never miss an update. Sometimes YouTube doesn't send out notifications for whatever reason, so follow me over there. The links to my Telegram and Twitter are in the description below this video, and I might be back later on tonight with another update. And until then, take care, God bless, and don't forget the 3 Ps: prepare, practice, and persevere.